What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome back to Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia. Thank you so very much for being here. Thanks for spending part of your day with me and just for being part of our most incredible tribe, my loves. While I am cleansing the space, we're starting off today's reading with a little bit of something different. I had this really strange dream last night. And because I know it's going to land for someone out there, I am going to share it with y'all, okay? In the dream, I was hanging out with a friend of mine named Robin, but it's weird because it wasn't my real life. I do have a real life friend named Robin, but it wasn't her. It was someone else. And for some reason, I knew exactly how her name was spelled, and it was Robyn. Okay, and maybe that's going to be a direct hit for someone. Maybe your name's Robin. Maybe you've got a tattoo of a robin, or maybe that bird for some of you is somehow significant in your life. If that's you, it's extra confirmation, but it doesn't have to be. There is an overall message here that I'm going to share. And it's the weirdest thing. It was super strange because, in this dream, we were just in her house, right? And she's doing the most ordinary things, washing dishes, tidying up, like just living her life. And all around us were these like old-timey reporter types or like private eye looking folks, with like trench coats and like pencils behind their ears and their notebooks in their hands. And they were literally scribbling down like every move that she was making. Okay. I felt like she was being monitored. Okay. And it was weird because I myself was sitting there at this table watching this whole thing go down. It's so strange. But anyway, the kicker of all this is like, there was nothing to really report back. You know what I mean? On what she was doing. There was nothing scandalous, nothing wild, just dishes, just like day-to-day life stuff. Okay. And I couldn't shake the feeling this morning when I woke up that spirit was trying to show me that someone out here is being watched, okay? Being monitored and maybe even like reported on. But for what? Just for existing? Like, I just don't really get it. I feel like being reported on, like for minding your own business, it doesn't really make sense to me. So I feel like the one thing Spirit was making clear is that, like, if this is you, what you're really working on is happening on the inside, right? If it's your healing, your growth, your spiritual transformation, none of that work can actually be seen with the naked eye, okay? And I feel like it's driving whoever is trying to keep tabs on you absolutely bananas, right? Because they know you're shifting. They know you're leveling up. They know something's happening with you behind the scenes, but they can't quite pin it down, what exactly is happening. So I feel like somebody here has been sent to watch. Now, I'm not out here trying to draw in a crowd of folks, a certain crowd who's like, I don't know, paranoid or anything like that. I'm not trying to get into that here. This is just specifically what Spirit was showing me. So today we are going to dive a little bit deep and see who's watching, why they're watching, what Spirit's exposing about this whole situation, because this energy is way too strange for me to ignore. Okay. It really is. So, and it's interesting. My whole life, I know people might not know this, but I do have pretty prophetic dreams. And that's one of the, gifts / sometimes I call it a curse, that I have had my entire life, is seeing things in my dreams. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to ring the sound bowl. I'm going to call in Spirit, and then I'm going to ask some important questions, like what we need to know here. Who is this? Why is it happening? And all that good stuff. So, please, if you want to connect to the reading, go ahead and hit the like button. If this is not your cup of tea, I understand, and that's okay. Maybe in our next one, we'll get something for you. All right. But yeah, watch your ears, because here we go. Okay.
I'm calling on Spirit with so much love and so much gratitude. I ask for divine guidance as I interpret these messages. May they help us all on our journey towards our highest and greatest good. I'm asking for love, joy, peace, abundance, and protection for myself, for you, and for all beings on the planet at this time. Thank you so very much, Spirit. Okay, I want to know right now, like, who's keeping tabs on you? Who's keeping tabs on you right now? Okay, who is keeping tabs on you right now? We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords. It could be more than one person. See, this is what I was getting in my dream. There was more than one person reporting back. We have the Ten of Swords. Taking this one here, we have the Knight of Wands. And what is at the bottom of the deck here? I just got a peek. We have the Two of Wands. Okay, I also can't ignore this. I know we've got a lot of cards out already, but it is the Eight of Cups as well. I feel like that belongs here with this Ten of Swords. Okay, let me tune in. I need to get specifics on this one. Okay, love, so this is what I'm getting. And, you know, Spirit's making it clear again to me that there is more than just one person. You know, it is a handful of folks, and they're all showing up with different motives and different energies here. So we're going to break it down. First up, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is giving me strong feminine energy, of course. It's someone who presents themselves like they've really got it all together, okay? This could be a mom, a wife, someone who really flexes their stability. Like, you know, they really want the world to see them as grounded, dependable, and even nurturing, okay? I'm seeing darker features, like earthy, practical clothing, okay? The type who really looks like they've got their home and finances kind of lined up, right? But the thing is, when it comes to you, they're watching and they're comparing, okay? This person is comparing. I feel like this could be an ex's current partner, a family member, or even someone from your circle who really is a little bit jealous of your independence, okay? It's giving, I want to measure myself against what you're doing, kind of an energy. So this person's watching to see what it is you're doing in a comparative type of way. And then next we have the King of Swords. Now this is a masculine authority figure, okay? Someone sharp and calculating and definitely strategic. So this could be an older man, a father figure, an ex. It could even be somebody who's in a position of authority, like legal, military, academic, something like that, okay? This person has a very clipped kind of tone, you know, piercing eyes, maybe graying hair, or this like clean cut vibe to them. They're not warm and fuzzy. Okay. This is the one who feels like they're analyzing you. All right. Trying to figure you out and possibly even advising someone else about you. Okay. They think they're the brains behind the operation, right? This person, and they're the ones kind of like organizing or pulling the strings from the background here. I don't know this, and I know it's going to draw in some folks who are like, I'm being gang stalked. Okay. I know that is what's going to come in here. But again, I feel really compelled to share the message here. Okay. So, again, I really, please be careful with this energy, because my intention is not to feed into any kind of delulu. I gotta be real, okay? But for some of you, it's not delulu, okay? It's what's happening. So we have the Ten of Swords, okay? This is screaming betrayal, right? This is betrayal. This is someone who's already stabbed you in the back, okay? Or is, you know, maybe deeply connected to this painful ending that you've been through. They have like this victim-y kind of energy, you know, kind of like the Eeyore vibe, you know, woe is me, look what happened to me, oh, nothing ever goes right for me, you know, that kind of aura, right? So honestly, this person looks a little bit run down, and they carry drama wherever they go. Right. So this feels maybe it's an ex-friend or an ex like coworker, or someone you had to cut ties with. Okay. Because their vibe, it really just sucks the life right out of anyone that they're around. So you may have already put up boundaries
with this person. And they are still bitter because they don't have access to you anymore. All right. They're watching, they're reporting on you. It's like they still have some kind of right to your story. They feel like they do, even though Spirit already ended this connection. Okay. Now here comes the wild card. Okay. The Knight of Wands. This one is loud, it's impulsive, it's messy, and it's absolutely loves drama. Okay, absolutely loves the drama. They're flirty and fiery, maybe a bit of a player. Okay, they have this bold energy, a big laugh. Okay, they walk into a room like they own the place, and the thing is that they don't stay long. Okay, they don't stay long. So this is the one who's out here running their mouth. Okay, they're carrying your name around, stirring things up wherever they go, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this is an ex-lover or someone you maybe even turned down, okay? Someone who still wants to be in your business, even though they've got no place in your life, okay? And then, you know, the bottom of the deck, we have Two of Wands, we have the Eight of Cups, and this tells me that every single one of these people is at a distance now, okay? These people are not in your life directly. None of them are active in your life at all. Okay. I need to be clear with that. They are watching from afar, right? Whether it's, you know, through social media or gossip or mutual connections. You know, they walked away physically, or you walked away from them. Okay. But energetically, they just cannot stop checking in. And I have to say something specific that just came through, and I have had readings like this before where this has come out. Please close your mirrors, okay? Please close your mirrors. I don't know if there's a lot of information out there, but if you are in your home and you have a lot of mirrors, it's a very simple kind of little process that you can do. Clean your mirror, okay? Get some smudge. It could be sage, it could be Palo Santo, it could be incense, it could be any kind of smoke, right? And you want to go around and seal your mirror and say, you know, no one can watch or whatever. Like you can make up your own words for it. Or you can Google something if you feel called to. Usually I just say, you know, no evil can come through this or whatever. No one can watch me, or, you know, I just talk to it and I close the mirror. I seal it off for good, so that nobody can use mirror magic to look in on your life, because there are people out there, whether you believe in it or not, that use that kind of, magic. Okay. I'm just going to leave it at that. So close your mirrors. All right. Close your mirrors. Whatever the case, they could be, you know, using mirror magic, right? But they are obsessing, right, about, you know, what's next for you, okay? They can feel that you're shifting. They know that you're working on something. But the thing is what you're working on, again, it's happening inside you. So it's not like they're really seeing anything anyway, right? Your healing, your growth, your glow up, you know, none of this stuff is happening on the surface where they can see it. Again, driving them crazy. So, you know, when I put all of this together, I pretty much see this like panel of reporters, like just like in my dream, right? There's the Queen of Pentacles out here comparing themselves to you, right? The King of Swords is analyzing you and strategizing. This Ten of Swords is bitter and dramatic because they've been cut off, right? And the Knight of Wands out here running their mouth, right? Like gossiping, spreading whatever scraps they think they can see. But the truth is none of them actually knows what's going on. Right? None of them. They don't. So please don't use this like to be afraid, because they don't know and they're not getting the information that they're looking for. Okay. So they are stuck on the outside. They are looking in, but they're reporting on like, you know, dishes, daily routines. Okay. Like, well, spirits, you know, got this. I feel like spirits got you protected. Okay. You are protected. Call in your angels, guides, ancestors, spirit, whatever higher deity that you work with, you know, call in for extra protection. But I just feel like, you know, you are in this quiet transformation time. They cannot touch you. Okay. Not only can they not touch you, they can't understand what's happening, but they also can't stop watching. Okay. Again, I'm really not, my intention is not out here trying to feed into anyone's fears. But this is something that is coming up. Please don't be scared, because you are protected. Okay, loves? You are. But I want to know, why are they watching you so closely? Like, what's their motive? What do they hope to gain? Why are they watching you so closely? What do they freaking hope to gain here? Like, I don't understand. Oh, that's a lot. I'm going to take this, this, and this, right? I'm going to take the cards that popped up on top.
Well, man, if I take them all, it's going to answer all my questions. So you know what? Let's do it. Okay. Let's take the whole dang stack. It fell out for a reason. I know I can hear someone saying that. If that's you, let me know in the comments. Are you the one telling me to take it all because it fell out for a reason? I'm like, oh my gosh, it's overwhelming. There's so many energies here. Okay, let's lay them out, and then it might actually answer more than one of my questions here. So I'm going to have to tune in. I'm going to have to tune in for sure. And then might as well check what's under the deck. Well, look at that. Doesn't it match up quite perfectly? Just enough space for the one under the deck. Spirit's giving me all my answers here. Okie doke. And I got to take this one too. The Chariot. It makes sense to me. All right, I'm going to tune in and we'll get into it. Okay, darling. So just as I, suspected here, after tuning in, absolutely all of this energy here does answer the questions that I have. My next question, right? Well, and I've already said it here. Why are they watching you so closely? We're going to dive into that first, okay? We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and we have the Nine of Pentacles here. So this here is honestly, again, not surprising to me. They're watching because they do see and sense that you're moving forward, right? You've completely removed yourself. You've taken yourself out of any kind of conflict to do with any of these people, right? You have left the drama behind, okay? Not only that, but you're stepping into something brand new and something absolutely stable and something long-term, okay? The Ace of Pentacles says, they're watching because you've got opportunity written all over you, right? Maybe it's a new career path or a new project, or even, just the energy of planting fresh seeds in your life, okay? And with the Nine of Pentacles, Spirit's flat out showing me they're obsessed with your independence. Like, you look good, you smell good, you're out here thriving, okay? Maybe even you've become extremely financially secure, okay, for yourself. You could even be self-employed or something like that, right? You're out here making your own bag, right? You don't need anyone, okay? And I feel like they're sitting out here like, wait a second, weren't we supposed to be the ones who had it all together? Like they're the ones that felt like they had it all together, but really it's you. Now it's you, right? You've shifted into this like self-sufficient glow up, okay? And they cannot stop watching because every part of their ego is screaming, how did they do this without me, right? How did they get so far ahead after everything that happened, right? And so, that's their motive, I feel like, is purely ego-based. Like, they just can't wrap their heads around how you're doing this without them. And like, honestly, the audacity, like, who do they think they are, right? That you cannot be out here, like, living your best life without these types of individuals, like, whatever. Okay. I want to know my next question was going to be naturally, like, who sent these people, right? Who are they reporting back to? Because I need to know that. I'm sure you want to know that too. Okay. And this is, for me, where it gets a little messy. Because we have the Five of Swords, the Six of Wands, and then the Three of Cups. And now for this is like straight up giving gossip network vibes, right? This is not one mastermind sitting in a lair, like twiddling their thumbs, their fingers, whatever. This is a clique. This is a friend group where ex-partners or frenemies, they're all kind of feeding off each other. This is a group of people. They all know each other, okay? And the Five of Swords, tells me that this kind of started from pettiness, from someone really wanting to like one-up you, and then it kind of spread, okay? And so this is like maybe a group chat or something like that too, you know what I mean? Because the Three of Cups is like the gossip crew, right? This is them clinking glasses, like group chatting, sliding into DMs, like retelling half-truths about you, okay? Like old stories and rehashing old things, The thing is like you've given all of these people something to talk about and they just can't get your name out of their flipping mouth. Obviously you're really, really important to these people. I gotta say that, okay? Because they can't stop talking about you, thinking about you, all the things. Anyways, the six, I feel like the Six of Wands here, Spirit says they're reporting back to the one person who just can't stand to see you win,
Okay. So there is, I don't want to call them like a ringleader, but there's one person who is just so pressed that you're out here winning and living your best life. Okay. They can't stand to see you winning. Okay. Now this could be an ex, a rival, a jealous ex-friend. Okay. It's somebody who wants the updates so they can keep your name in their mouth, right? It's like the friggin', it is kind of like a ringleader vibe, okay? They thrive on attention, okay? And I feel like these other people are acting like little reporters, feeding them this play-by-play. But again, the information that they're getting is not relevant to your life, really. I mean, it's not. So that's why, you know, don't be scared. It's just saying you've given people, all these people, really something to talk about. So next, I wanted to know, you know, what are they actually seeing and what are they missing, okay? And this is a little juicy, okay? Because we have the Eight of Wands, the Page of Wands, and then the Four of Pentacles. So what they're seeing is movement, okay? They can tell you're out here doing things, okay? Maybe you're traveling or talking to new people, or maybe you're posting more online. I don't, you know, it could be one or all of those things. The Eight of Wands says they see your energy out here moving fast. You're making moves, okay? And the Page of Wands, you know, it really tells me that they notice that you have this like excitement about you in your energy again. There's a spark, okay? Maybe you're flirting with life, you know, in a new way completely. But what they're entirely missing, and this is key, right? It's this Four of Pentacles. Spirit's saying they do not see the details, right? They don't know what's really happening behind closed doors, right? They don't see your plans. They don't see your private wins or the way that you're really securing yourself, okay? And I'm not going to get into it in case those folks are watching. So I'm not getting into the details of what you're actually up to. I'm not out here giving out information for, like, you know, because these readings are general. They go out into the public and I never know who's tuning in anyway, right? But yeah, we're keeping it tight. We're keeping it secret. We're keeping it safe over here. But yeah, so they only really see surface movement, right? Okay, so little sparks, you know, they really don't have any clue what's really locked down tight behind the scenes. So, you know, they're out here making reports on any kind of like bits and pieces and crumbs and like half of the information, not, you know, maybe even a quarter. Okay. And finally, my last question, I mean, for the whole entire reading, because I already had questions I wanted to know. I had this dream. I woke up and I was like, okay, we're speaking on this today. But my last question was going to be here, you know, what does Spirit want you to know about this whole entire situation, right? And here I feel like the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Chariot is speaking pretty loud. You know, Spirit wants you to know that this energy is confirmation. Yeah, you're being watched, okay? Yeah, people are nosy. And yeah, they're absolutely talking, okay? But I have to be clear, and this is probably the third time I'm saying it, none of what they're doing is going to reach you, and none of it can stop you. Okay, absolutely not. The Four of Wands, it's your stability, your celebration, your happiness. Okay, Spirit says the people who are supposed to be around you, celebrating you, cheering you on, they're already here or they're on their way. The rest, the reporters, the spies, you know, the gossipers, they're out here on the sidelines. Okay, you don't have to worry, especially with the Chariot, because Spirit's saying you're moving forward towards success and victory without these people, of course. Your momentum is unstoppable, okay? Unstoppable. You're headed straight toward victory, stability, fulfillment, okay? These people can write all the notes they want, okay? They can sit around in their little circles and compare, but Spirit's reminding you that none of their noise changes your trajectory, okay? Absolutely none of it. You're still out here winning. You're still out here glowing, and you're still moving forward, okay? So to wrap this up, my loves, my darlings, what I'm seeing here is that these people are obsessed because you're thriving, okay? They're reporting back to whoever it is that can't let you go. So again, jealous ex, jealous frenemy, someone out here, you know, the thing is they're only seeing those scraps, okay? They're only seeing little scraps, and Spirit is exposing them, okay? Reminding you that gossip has no power, Okay, it really has no power. You're the one sitting in the Four of Wands energy, moving forward with the Chariot, completely untouchable. So listen, I mean, this is where I'm going to stop for the main part of the reading here, friends, because that message is out. It's loud and clear, but your girl is super nosy. You know me. We are going to take this into an extended reading because Spirit is kind of calling me to do so. And we're going to get the tea on, you know, I want to know what they're actually saying behind your back. Okay. If you're curious, again, it's not going to touch you. It really doesn't matter. This is more to pique my own curiosity. Okay. And maybe yours too. So what they're saying, what exactly are they saying behind your back? And I want to know what kind of karma is headed their way for playing in your energy like this. And what Spirit's about to do to shut all of this down, because I mean, Spirit's not going to let this fly for very long, you know? And we'll get into it a lot deeper there, because I got to tell you, Spirit's not going to let this go unchecked, you know? But your girl, she likes to see the receipts. Okay, so if you are interested in showing that kind of energy exchange for the work that I do, I really appreciate it. I am so freaking grateful to everyone who does decide to support myself, the work I do, and our tribe in that way. Keeps these free readings flowing out to YouTube. I really appreciate it. I really, truly do. So thank you very much. For everyone else, also, I really appreciate each and every one of you. I love everyone here in our beautiful tribe. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your likes, and thank you for all of your comments, and just for spending part of your day with me. It really means the world to me, okay? So if I don't see you in the extended, we'll see you in the next reading, friends. And I'm going to try to get something new. I want to try to get something fresh. But this is definitely was all based on that dream I had last night, and holy, it's a little intense. But anyways, I'm just going to stop rambling, and I am going to get on with it. Take care. And I hope you do have a blessed day. Remember, you are protected. Okay. So don't even worry about this. Okay, beautiful besties, welcome into the extended. Thank you so very much for your energy exchange. Now, for those of you who have been with me for a while, you may notice I am using the Deviant Moon Tarot deck, and I like to get into this one. Usually it's my karmic kind of energy deck that I tune into. So this is what we're going to be using for this extended reading. My first question, what exactly are they saying behind your back? Like, what's going on in the group chat, or what are they saying behind your back here, these people? I want to know. I want to know. Okay, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. We have, ooh, Death in reverse. Queen of Swords upright. We have the Empress. What's under the deck? Okay, we have the Six of Swords coming through again. All right, let me tune into this.